What's up, guys? Welcome back. Jonathan, Geekcentricity, and Screen Bum's joint coverage of New York Comic Con 2011. We're here with Mac Walters from the Mass Effect comics. This guy is putting out some pretty cool stuff, so we're going to take a little bit of time to talk to him about it. Mac, what's it like for you working on a license as big as the Mass Effect universe?
Well, it's amazing. I mean, I'm the lead writer on the games as well, so it's fun for me because I get to take stuff that we can't necessarily do in the games, or the games are about Shepard and Commander Shepard. In the comics, it can be about anyone, and I can follow someone's story, like Aria Taloka, where we're doing an invasion.
Right.
And for me, that's a real kick as a writer, right? I get to take some of my favorite characters and go, yeah, we're gonna tell a horror series.
So what's the difference for you working in in transmedia? Going we've seen this recently with Felicia Day doing the Dark Dragon Age Redemption project. Moving from comics into media into film, and this is kind of the opposite. We're going from video gaming into comics. So how does the whole transmedia thing relate?
Well, I think for me as a writer, I'm biased. I'm going to say that characters are really the thing that people are drawn to. Part of the story. Obviously, the world's amazing, but it's those characters in there that people really love. And so I think as long as you have those strong characters, and BioWare always has created strong characters in their games, it allows us to translate into any medium. Whether it's novels, whether it's comics, whether it's anime, the movie, what have you. I think that's going to translate really well. For me as a writer, it's actually a lot easier doing the comics in some ways, especially now that I'm on my third. I'm not quite so, I'm not as much of a noob anymore, but it's easier because I'm just telling a single story right down the middle. No branching dialogue, no choices for the player or the reader, just one story.
So the challenges of bringing a story like Mass Effect to a comic format versus building the depth of the background that you guys have for the actual video games themselves. Yeah. What are the challenges that are different, or the things that you like about either side of that image?
Well, the challenges with the comics are, even though you get to tell one story, we still have to respect people's choices. So you can't tread on parts of the story that could involve those choices. So, we never show Shepard. We just can't do it because your Shepard could be male, female, redhead, whatever, right? So, even in the last little 8-page comic I did with James Vega, we show Shepard very briefly, shadowy, you see the N7, you see the hands, but that's it, So we have to try to avoid all those instances, so I couldn't, a lot of people would love me to do a story on some of the henchmen, like take Ashley or even Garrus, a fan favorite. But those guys can be dead in Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 1.
Right.
How do you tell a story about it? Well, we could either go back in time, sure, that might be interesting, before they could have died, but telling a contemporary story that's in line with the timeline of the game, it's almost impossible.
So how did you get brought into the Mass Effect project in the beginning?
I've been at BioWare now for 7.5 years, right? And I was working on Jade Empire, and then started on Mass Effect 1 at the beginning. I was a senior writer on there. Drew Karpyshyn, who writes the novels, was the lead writer. On 2, we were co-lead, and then now I'm the lead alone. He's
promotion.
Yeah, that's right. He's working on Knights of the Old Republic, down in Austin, so he's enjoying that. But and then Dark Horse actually approached us, fans of the game, and they really wanted to they were excited to do something about Mass Effect, and they asked me if I would, they really wanted the continuity. They just didn't want it to be like a licensed, here you go. And I said, yeah, I'd love to if you guys are going to be patient with me, and I know I got to get up to speed on it. And they were, and they've been fantastic, and it's,
Cool. Now, did you have any involvement with any of the books that are being written for the Mass Effect universe, or no?
I often vet them, read them before they actually go out.
Right.
The most recent one, Deception, I think it's coming out in February. Yeah, myself and Casey, the lead producer, or executive producer, he and I will often vet that kind of stuff. Same with the anime that's out there now. And we just want to make sure that most of the times it's not always about style, but it's more about content, making sure that it doesn't interfere with the IP again. They're not they're describing well. Obviously when Drew was writing the books, didn't have to worry about it. Just like me, he's in on the ground level. Yeah. He knows it, right? So yeah.
So now that Mass Effect, the video game's kind of in the it's in the oven, it's ready to drop soon. Yeah. Comic books are pretty much behind you. What's on the next horizon for you as far as projects?
Yeah, I'll be at BioWare. Staying on writing, and I think at this point there's nothing announced, there's nothing planned for the comics, but they are just growing in popularity. I think someone said when Evolution went on trade, it hit the New York Times bestseller list for a week. So like, I mean, they're just building steam, I think. So we don't have any plans to stop that right now.
Okay.
So I think we'll keep doing it as long as the fans are interested.
Cool. So last question.
Yeah.
All right. You're stuck on a space frigate, lost in space.
Yeah.
You can only take 3 things or 3 people with you. What are they?
People. Oh my God. Well, I gotta take my fiance.
Good choice.
Yeah,
Good choice.
Exactly. Well, I should say girlfriend. One day fiance. Yeah.
Oh, was this a slip? A Freudian slip? We got an announcement, maybe?
Yeah. If we're on a desert island, then maybe I'll propose, right?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's right. Oh my God, I gotta take people. Why can't I take an Xbox and a book?
You can. Xbox in the book. That works.
There you go.
We'll assume you have a big digital screen to play on. Nice plasma.
right.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out. We're going to be back. Stay tuned.